Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, we're starting off with a little bit of throat chakra issues. So I'm just going to send a little bit of energy to that. That was one of the first things that I was going to say is I had to sit here and send a lot of Reiki to this reading. So if you don't know me, thank you for being here. I infuse Reiki, Holy Fire Reiki, into each one of my readings in order for it's always my intention that you receive some sort of healing from the reading, whether it's in the information that you get from, or the clarity that you get from the cards or from me, or from the codes in my voice, or just from sitting here and receiving the intention of healing. Again, my intention is always for some sort of healing from this reading for you. So all you have to do is open yourself up to it and set the intention to receive. It seems really significant to the cards that came out also because it's all about pentacles and there is this element of needing to learn how to receive and balance receiving and giving. So I'm going to get into that. But if you could do me a favor, go ahead and like this video right away. If you sometime during the video or at the end decide that you don't like it, you could always go back and hit the unlike. Subscribe, comment down below. That way you connect with the other people that are here and with me, and I really appreciate your support. I am going to do an extended reading for this, and I was told that it needs to be for the elementals, so I'm going to go more into detail about what the energy is here in the extended for earth, air, fire, and water signs. So if this resonates with you, all the information for the extended is down in the box below, and you'll be able to get a little bit more detailed information about how it applies more specifically to you. Okay, so what we're starting out with the first card that came out, and it is from the Oracle of the Seven Energies, which is represented by the rainbow and by all of the colors of the rainbow, by the chakras, the seven main energy centers that we focus on. The card that was drawn here is showing me the crown chakra, but also the throat chakra. They're showing me this little tiny little bit of blue that's here underneath of this side of the this world over here that doesn't exist over here. So it's almost like there's some sort of blockage over here that's needing to be released in order to have this free-flowing, speaking your truth kind of energy. The card is the land between. It's the number 40 card, which also breaks down to a number 4. So for some people, that number is really standing out to me. So either you're 40 or the person that you're thinking of or the situation that you're thinking of is 40. Your address is 40. Somebody else's address is 40, or the number 4. So there's something going on from when you were 4 years old, or you've been at a job for 4 years. There are many different possibilities, but the number 4 and the number 40 is pretty significant here. They do want me to read the description in the book for this one. So many of you are just on the cusp and the verge of becoming something new, shedding something really important, shedding an old aspect of you in order to step into the new. But it's so scary and disorienting because it's unknown, because it's what you have coming in and what you can feel coming, first of all, is way more peaceful than what you're used to. I've got this card sitting up here on my shelves that I just looked up at. And peace stood out to me, 404 on my recording. This is, 4 is a number of foundation too. So this is a really, you're moving into a whole new foundation of safety and peace. And that's disorienting, because we're so used to being in an energy of protection and gearing up for what's to come, protecting yourself, having all of your T's crossed and I's dotted and stuff like that, and making sure that you can plan for anything to come. That way you're not shocked by it, that way you're not hurt by it, or it doesn't hurt as much, or whatever it is. This which keeps you in this energy of resistance, really. So peace coming in feels disorienting also, because you're so used to being in survival mode. So you're in the middle of these two places, not wanting to be in survival mode anymore, really wanting to thrive and calling that in and asking for that to happen. It's like you're asking for peace. You really want peace in your heart. But when it comes, it's like the peace itself sets you into survival mode because you don't know how to exist and be that open and that vulnerable. And peace and acceptance on a continuous basis makes you feel exposed. So, but you are asking for it at the same time. So there's this back and forth, and you're like right in between these two worlds of letting go of that old way of being and learning how to go with the flow more. Okay? That card also speaks to the first one here that came out, this Five of Pentacles. This and what I get from this is really, really, really feeling lost. So there is this, it's this void right here in the middle, this shift. And there is a desire to hold on to the past and the old way of knowing. There's nostalgia for a lot of things in the past, but there's also this feeling of expansion and the need for it to be more and to know that things have changed and life is different and you are different. And so even though those things were really amazing in the past, it was also kind of limiting or limited. And right now, it may have been coming from a place of lack, some of those things that you have nostalgia for, and you got validation, like you're missing the love of somebody else. But what you were really getting from them was validation about who you are, and you've come into more of a powerful place and a more sovereign place where you don't need the validation from someone anymore, but you do desire companionship. So you're in between figuring out how to do relationships now that you're not coming from a dependent place or a codependent place. You choose it, you desire it. But when you're shifting into a new type of relationship that you've never known before, it becomes very scary, and you have the ability to just repeat those old patterns and codependently attach to something in the past. Mercury retrograde is coming up here too, or we're in it right now, and it's giving you the opportunity to look back at those old relationships. And some of you may be having old relationships coming back in again, or people from the past coming back in to communicate with you, to want to try again or to be with you or whatever. And for a lot of you, it is the opportunity to look back at those old patterns and to change the way you react to them and to change your choice and to realize that you have a choice. Even though you are drawn to them, you're drawn to the energy of safety and stability and the way you defined it in the past. You're attached to this old version of you, and that's what they're representing for you. You have the ability to break those old patterns by choosing differently. And it may be a pattern where that person has come back over and over and over again. And this is another time, and you've been waiting for that, and you've been hoping for that because they make you feel safe, or you're used to that relationship, or it's too scary to think about starting over or whatever. But you're being given the choice to not repeat those old patterns. That person coming back into your life is an old pattern that's giving you the opportunity to move forward. This feeling of being lost and wanting resonance and wanting to connect. This feeling of wanting to connect is coming from a place of lack. And so just recognizing that that's what you're calling in, that's what you're calling in. And then you get to make the choice that I'm going to choose a new relationship for companionship, not out of need. Okay, so that was all for that one. Now, I'm just going to do there's a little bit of a spread here. So the current situation that is attached to this feeling of loneliness is, it's a feeling of stability, like wanting to feel stable. But for a lot of you, I mean, this is all pentacles. This is all green. This is all very 3D. So for a lot of you, it's about finances. It's about coming from a place of lack and not knowing how to see your own value, not knowing how to love yourself and understand what's valuable about you. And so you tend to give away and nurture other people and call in situations where other people need to be taken care of, but it becomes a drain on you. You feel lost and unfulfilled and still not connected, even when you're in relationship or in connection with other people, because you're giving too much of yourself because it's coming from a place of need. It's like you need to prove yourself to other people. It's like selling yourself. There's a situation where you're selling yourself, and it is not to offer people the benefit of you and your services or what you can offer in a relationship or whatever it is. It's you looking for validation. It's you looking for where do I fit in this world? And you're needing the feedback from other people. And it's coming from a place of needing money. Needing money. So you're giving and you're giving and you're giving and you're over giving. And not in the energy of receiving. So this is the situation. This is the obstacle. The situation is, I know how to give. Okay, that's another thing. It's not only just giving too much, but I know how to give to other people. So what's the obstacle? I don't really know how to receive or appreciate myself. I know how to appreciate other people, but I don't really know how to appreciate myself. And so that's reflected by other people, or you don't know how to receive when other people actually appreciate you. It comes from a place of need. So when someone else appreciates you, it's like you got your fix, but it wasn't good enough. You don't feel any kind of balance or resonance with it. It's just like, oh, okay, that's what I was needing. Okay, give me more, give me more. That's just the situation right now because of this old pattern that we're talking about. The obstacle is learning how to appreciate what it is that we have right now and what it is that we are right now. So there's something about this situation that you're in right now, this void time period, that is so valuable. It is so perfect, and it's exactly where you need to be in order to move forward. It's the lesson that you needed to learn. There is a huge lesson in where you are right now when it comes to financial stability and shifting the pattern of that. For a lot of you, you have this pattern of getting into a place where you are like on your last dollar, or you have no savings, or you put a lot of money on credit cards or something like that, because you don't pay attention to the money that you have, because paying attention to the money that you have scares you because it never feels like enough. It never feels like enough. And you can never do enough. You always give and you give and you give, and it just doesn't end up being enough, but you're not giving to yourself enough. You're not receiving. You're not receiving and appreciate what you have already received. So the obstacle here is sitting still and looking at where you are and evaluating where you are and really being in the 3D and looking at your reality, being present in your reality. So there's a big lesson here for you. If you're looking at that and you're saying, I just don't have enough right now, there's not enough to sustain me. In this present moment, it is, but you have fear about what the future is. But the beautiful thing is that one shift in awareness can help you to know that what you have right now is exactly what you need right now. And you're worried and in the future. You're putting yourself into the future and applying what you have now to the future, and it doesn't mesh up because you're not allowing yourself to envision the future as it could be. You're envisioning the future as what it is now. And I'm trying to explain. The things that you've envisioned for the future, the things that you want, the things that you desire, the things that you've put out there, they cannot materialize with what you have right now, but they're not supposed to. There are 12 steps that are leading up to those things materializing. So if you can bring yourself back into the present and recognize and appreciate exactly what you have right now and how it sustains you for right now, You're putting out the energy of peace and presence and groundedness and knowing that's going to help you to manifest those visions for the future and to open up to receive what you need in order to manifest those things in the future. This place where you're at right now, witnessing how you can create your future, is the lesson that you're needing to learn. So today's energy is going to manifest tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. So being mindful of what your energy is today is going to help you to recognize and compare, like 5 days from now or something, you can bring it back to, where you were on this day and say, I manifested that, appreciating that you actually manifested that you created. So today's energy is a manifestation of something from before, from yesterday or the day before or the day before. So what is right now has already happened, actually. So being appreciative of this moment right now is empowering yourself because you recognize that you created this situation. You did this. And so your energy today and your intention and your peacefulness and your desire for that peace and that connection and that love. I want to love money. I want to love my job. I do love my job. I do love what I do. I love being able to help other people. I love the way that the universe reflects that to me. Keeping up the energy of that is going to bring the reflection of that back to you. You just have to do that. You just have to do those things, be in that appreciation and recognize that in this moment. And then find some sort of reflection a couple of days later or the next day or, the end of the afternoon or whatever it is, and attribute it back to the intentions and the peace that you set. It's a choice. The lesson in all of this is this King of Pentacles. It's about establishing a solid foundation for yourself, recognizing it's okay for you to recognize that where you are right now is a place of debt. You're in debt right now. You're in karmic debt, but you're also in financial debt. There's some sort of awareness of you. It's about being real. Look at all the green in this. It's very it's very earthy. It's very 3D. Let's be real in this moment. Let's be real about what the obstacle is. We're not paying attention enough and responsible enough with the money that we do have. And we're not appreciating the money that we do have and making it making it grow the way that it should grow. If you're spending willy-nilly and you're not setting the intention to really honor the money that you have, it's constantly going to be taken away from you and taken away from you. It's just a reflection of the fact that you don't honor yourself, that you don't take enough time to appreciate the things about yourself and put the focus of those things in the proper place. Spend your energy wisely. Spend your money wisely. Let it grow. Let yourself grow. Spend your energy wisely and find the things that are going to help you to do the things that are going to help you to grow. Sometimes for some of you, it's like it's all over the place because I feel like I need to get a foothold because I'm in the middle of this big change and blah, blah, blah. A lot of the energy in this is about us looking at the now, taking responsibility for ourselves, and really facing what is and creating from that space. Okay? You need to appreciate who you are, what you have to offer. You have to love those things about yourself, though. You have to recognize those things about yourself. Okay? In order to be able to do that. All right? All right, guys. If you're going on to the extended reading, the link for that is down in the box below. And if not, love you guys. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Help me out. Love you guys.